Imagine waking up in America, land of the free, home of the brave, and getting gunned down by federal agents for filming with your phone. Yeah, that's not a dystopian movie plot. That's Minneapolis, January 2026, where ICE just killed another U.S. citizen. But here's the kicker. Was he armed? Maybe. But disarmed and then executed? And why are these agents, many fresh hires from mid-last year, acting like they're in a bad remake of The Purge? Stick around, because by the end, you'll wonder if this is the start of something way darker, and who's really pulling the strings. All right, folks, what the F's going on this month, where we dissect the madness without picking teams except the team of what the hell is right. I'm your host, and today we're diving into Minneapolis, Minnesota, where President Trump's immigration crackdown has turned a snowy Midwestern city into a tear gas-soaked war zone. Over 3,000 masked federal agents, ICE, Border Patrol, you name it, surged in for what the White House calls legal, ethical, and moral operations. Spoiler, it's anything but. Let's rewind to January 7th. Renee Nicole Good, a 37-year-old mother of three poet and total agitator, according to Trump. Yeah, he called her very disorderly and behaved horribly on Truth Social. She's driving her SUV in Minneapolis, protesting ICE raids. Bystander video shows her wheels turned away from Agent Jonathan Ross, legs clear, but bam, Ross fires through the windshield, then unloads more shots through the window. DHS claims she tried to ram him, labeling it defensive shots and her an act of domestic terrorism. Vice President J.D. Vance piles on, calling her a deranged leftist who tried to run him over. But Reuters and other analyses? Nah, the video doesn't match. Good's dead, kids motherless, and protests explode. Over 10,000 hit the frigid streets the next day chanting ICE out. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem, she doubles down. Response to domestic terrorism. Sarcasm alert. Because nothing says protecting America like shooting a mom in her car. Fast forward to January 24th. Yesterday, folks. Another quiet neighborhood. 27th Avenue and Nicollet Street. Alex Pretti, 37, ICU nurse at the Minneapolis FEMA healthcare system, U.S. citizen, lawful gun owner with a permit to carry. Videos show him holding, wait for it, his phone filming two agents. One pushes him, they wrestle him down, pepper spray him while he's helping a fallen woman. They disarm him, guns out, folks, then shoot him multiple times in the chest and head. DHS? He violently resisted, wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement, says Border Patrol boss Gregory Bovino. But eyewitnesses? No gun drawn, just a phone. Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara confirms, lawful owner. Protests erupt. Hundreds gather, one woman screaming, "What have you done?" Agents double in minutes like insects swarming. A guy gets tackled, screams, "You're gonna have to kill me! I can't breathe!" Echoes of George Floyd. Anyone? Then a snowball flies. Yes, a freaking snowball, and boom, tear gas canisters rain on unarmed crowds. People stampede. One reporter thinks it's gunfire. A 70-year-old local yells, "I'm fucking angry," through the smoke. Solidarity shines. Strangers help each other flee. But DHS claims an agent's finger was bitten off, objects thrown. Protesters say it's escalation over nothing. Now, the human stories that'll make you rage. Brandon, no last name, smart guy, U.S. citizen, pulled from his car January 11th, detained 8 hours at Whipple Federal Building. No charges, just obstruction. Windows smashed, unmarked car, no food, agents without badges. He's written op-eds, faced online hate, but shows up at Pretty Scene. Another neighbor murdered. Then there's Fabiola, naturalized citizen, single mom, teaches her 7-year-old Asher to spot agents by uniforms, memorize grandparents' numbers. She's volunteering, delivering food, monitoring raids despite fears. She's got kids. Her kids don't have their mom now. Heartbreaking. And Janet? Wrote goodbye letters to family in case she's killed. These are everyday Americans stepping up. Despite risks, tear-gassed, arrested, windows shattered like Patty O'Keefe's, held 8 hours insulted. But wait, both sides? Sure, let's hear from conservative economist Milton Friedman. Yeah, the guy Reagan loved. He said illegal immigration's a good thing, as long as it's illegal. Workers take jobs Americans don't want, pay $96.7 billion in taxes, 2022 stats. No welfare. Make it legal? No good. Deport criminals, sure. DUI, violence, boom, gone. But deporting 8.5 million workers? Hurts the economy, construction, food services, agriculture. Employers should have a say, even Calvin Coolidge, the chief business of the American people. So why the surge? Trump claims massive monetary fraud, billions missing, illegal criminals infiltrating via Democrats' open borders. He blames Governor Tim Walz and Mayor Jacob Frey for inciting insurrection, says they called off local cops, who deny any request for help. Vance echoes, locals refuse to cooperate. But Frey begs Trump, act like a leader, put Minneapolis, America first, end this operation. It's eroding trust in democracy. Walz, sickening video, state handles investigation. But feds block them, National Guard mobilized. And the creepy stuff. ICE leaving ace of spades cards. Vietnam War intimidation tactic. In abandoned cars of detainees in Eagle County, Colorado. 9 arrests January whatever. Traffic stops, bus stops from Honduras, Mexico, and more. Advocacy group Voces Unidas. Evil, cruel message to Latinos. ICE condemns it. Investigates. Then facial scanning. Agents phone scan civilians, say, now you're in our terrorism database. For filming. A Minnesota woman. Approached by name. Global entry revoked days later. Cyberpunk dystopia? Check. And Bovino? Swarmed at a gas station called Nazi. Food thrown, compared to World War II uniforms in his green trench coat. Not the first time. He insists, legal, ethical, moral. But protesters, they should be afraid, ashamed. Here's where I get angry, disappointed even. ICE ballooned to 22,000 plus officers since mid-2025, $28.7 billion budget this year alone. Who trained these newbies? Police academy takes years, denial's common. But many pro-Nazi white supremacy groups backed Trump pre- and post-elections. Is this infiltration? Why deport kids, infants who only know America as their home? Warrantless entries, tossing centuries of due process? Trump slams Iran's killings while his agents vanish people, detain school kids like a 5-year-old boy left alone when dad flees. Is this Gestapo starter pack? Police state vibes? No civil war in Nazi Germany. People followed. Here, volunteers in green vests, whistles, training maxed at 1,000, gumming up the works, slowing raids. Businesses hit. Enterprise targeted. Book, cancel rentals to deny ICE vehicles. Hilton dumped a franchisee for refusing agents' rooms. Target denies cooperation. And the Second Amendment wake up? Pretty's neighbor. He was in Signal ICE group chat, alerting raids. Writer in Maine stops carrying his legal Glock, fearing trigger-happy feds. Federal boot heel is colorblind now. Representative Seth Moulton, Marine vet, outright murdered by cowards. If an 18-year-old Marine did that in Iraq, court-martialed. Calls for prosecuting ICE Director Todd Lyons. Border Kezar Tom Homan. First says, let investigation play out, then backpedals. Officers have right to self-defense. Heroes. You heard that right? He calls ICE agents heroes. This isn't immigration enforcement. It's chaos, eroding rights, economy, trust. Friedman? Right. Smart policy helps. But this? Tyranny test. Allies eyeing elsewhere. World War III brewing abroad, while civil rights trashed at home. Is Trump making us stronger or weaker? But hey, what do you think? Is this the police state slippery slope? Or just doing their job? Drop your take below. Your story might wake someone up. Until next month, stay vigilant, question power, be the solution. Peace.